What up, Jumzy here, and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. You might have heard about the DBD term slugging and slugging for the 4K before. In today's video, I'm going to explain what it is and why people don't like that kind of playstyle and a potential solution for it. I hope you enjoy. If you've played Dead by Daylight for a while, you probably already know what slugging is. Slugging is when the killer downs the survivor and then leaves them on the ground. People usually do this with grouped up survivors or when they know they can down someone else fast. Slugging is a really good way to apply quick snowball pressure, since the survivors have to not only pick up, heal or unhook two survivors, but also make sure that they don't get chased by the killer themselves, which means nobody will be doing generators. While slugging can be really helpful for the killer, it's not always as fun for the survivors. This is because you are literally just laying on the ground, doing absolutely nothing, which is obviously not really fun. Now there's also slugging for the 4K. This is the same idea, but then at the end of the game. It usually happens when there are only two survivors left alive in the trial and the killer downs one of them. They will slug them, leaving them on the ground and finding the other survivor in order to get a 4K, which simply stands for 4 kills instead of a 2 or 3K. When the killer does this, either two things can happen. 1. The killer finds the other survivor, getting a 4K, or 2. The other survivor picks up the slug survivor, letting the killer know where they are, and repeating this process until the killer downs everybody. The reason this is done is so the final survivor won't be able to escape through hatch, the problem of this all. The hatch is a last resort escape method for the survivors. If there's only one survivor left in a trial, the hatch will spawn somewhere on the map. The spawn of the hatch can be manipulated with the use of offerings. The hatch will make a sound which can be heard from a close distance. The killer, however, can also close this hatch, which after done will trigger the endgame collapse and the exit gates will be powered. The survivor can also open a closed hatch using a key, which can either be found in the chest or brought into the trial. But now you might be wondering, why exactly is this a problem? Well, that's because a hatch escape counts as a normal escape. This means a few things. The points gained or not gained will be the same as when escaping through the exit gates. Challenges, such as archives or achievements, will not count when the survivor escapes through hatch, such as the Adept Killer achievements. And the MMR, the matchmaking ranking system in Dead by Daylight, will also increase or decrease accordingly. Now this is obviously not fair, as usually whenever you escape through hatch, it's because you've done a bad job at survivor. So now for the solution of this problem. First of all, we have the points you get from escaping through hatch. Whenever you escape by any means, you get 7,000 points in the survival category. Now I want to make this 2,000 at base, but this gets increased by 1,000 points every generator that gets completed. This means that if you do a terrible job and only manage to complete one generator in total, but you escape through hatch, you only get 3,000 points instead of the 7,000 you would get now. This also means that a killer disconnecting won't give you as many points if all gens haven't been completed yet. Now I don't exactly know what the numbers are if one survivor escapes on the killer side, but that could work in a similar way, where the amount of generators completed affect the points lost when one survivor escapes, where 5 generators completed equals to whatever it is right now. Our next problem is the challenges. Slugging for the 4K for many people is done to feel like they win, even though a 3K is already a win for the killer side. 0 or 1 kill is a win for the survivors, 2 kills is a tie, and 3 or 4 kills is a win for the killer. Now many challenges, such as certain archives for which you need to kill all survivors in trial, or Adept Killer achievements, you need to kill every survivor. The best solution to do this is to obviously change every single archive challenge to 3 kills instead of 4, and make every Adept Killer achievement work with 3 kills, but this might not be the best solution, since you also can get 3 kills when the survivors have done all the gens already, where the hatch did not play a role. So I feel like the best solution is as follows. Whenever the last alive survivor escapes through hatch, while there is still at least one generator uncompleted, it counts as a win or a 4K for the killer. Adept achievements will work now and all the archives will also count. This way behavior will make it clear that this is also definitely a win for the killer, which also de-incentivizes slugging for the 4K even more. Now lastly we have the MMR problem. In my opinion, MMR is already trash in this game, so I might make a whole separate video about it, but this problem can be solved the same way as previous problems, where the amount of generators completed affect how many MMR points you gain or lose. This should already be a thing, but we don't actually know for sure if this isn't a thing yet, but probably not. So with these changes to how Hatch works, I think the need for slugging for the 4K becomes no more. Now obviously there will still be people who want to slug for the 4K because people just want to be boring and annoying, especially in DBD. But now for the people who don't want to do this, can do all the adepts and challenges without having to slug. Make sure to let me know your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!